For this next part, we're going to use two characters so we can kind of show the hit point range that you can actually use for a hurt state. For this player, we just placed one player in with a joystick at 0, and then the second player has the second player ID joystick 1 set up. And then what we're going to do is set up the player on this one for the hurt state, so that if you notice on the hurt state option right here, there's a horizontal align, meaning that if the player, the bullet coming out is not within the alignment when it was shot, equal to the distance between here, then it'll just pass through the player. Okay, so for instance, we can actually make this a little bit smaller, that way you can see it going through the different points. We can say hit on a line only, meaning that the player itself is going to be checking its position when it actually gets shot out to make sure that its alignment is equal, otherwise the bullet would pass through it. Alright, then we'll make sure that this is enabled on this part. Alright, and then we've also turned off the collider on this one just to make sure that the bullet doesn't hit the collider first, since the collider and the hit point box are pretty much equal in size. Also turned off the gravity so we can just walk out over here. So for instance, if I was to shoot above the player, notice that I shot and I went right through the player. So again, I could go, so yeah, still be just a little bit above. Now if my player's lined up with the other player and the bullet's lined up through it, then the player actually takes the hit for it. So that's something that, again, if I was too low, if I was actually crouched down or I was climbing up and I wasn't actually lined up with the other player, let's go up a little bit there, then we'll actually go through it this way as well. So in terms of horizontal alignment, it just allows you to feel like you actually have to be on the same plane or really close to in order to actually shoot the other player or the other enemy while you're walking around. So if it was designed more for a left and right style game where the player was able to move up and down, then you have to make sure that you're actually getting in line with the other player. Alright, so that's going to be basics for setting up the hurt on the horizontal alignment.